My thing is, I don't know what it is to be pregnant. Like when I had my daughter, I was 16, so I was at the prime of my life, 16, to be 40, 50, up in age, 60, having kids. Peyton Marie Charles, she's pregnant. And by the looks of it, she's pregnant with twins. She posted some pictures on Instagram. As long as you have a cycle, ma'am, you can have some babies.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Girl in the club, she choose, say, club going up.
Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. My name is Ivy and this channel is Women's Life with Ivy. Girl, listen, if you're new to my channel and you were just channel surfing, girl, go ahead and push the button. I like to say to you, hey boo.
We've been paying do it for a night. Only one night though.
And if you're a returning subscriber, hey boo.
Sugar shots one night. Let the tears fall down one night. Only one night though.
So look, we're gonna get right into this video. I didn't particularly have a topic, but it was brought to my attention this morning. I have another channel, Boo Bougie Reacts, also Boo Bougie. So Boo Bougie is monetized, Women's Life with Ivy is not, and Boo Bougie Reacts is not. So you can go over there. It's spelled just like I spelled Boo Bougie Reacts with an S. And go on over there and subscribe, girl. Now over there, we're going to talk about some latest topics that's going on that I feel like is relevant to me. Now, you ain't going to get Cardi Red over there. Oh, Cardi Red. I meant to say Cardi B. Hey, Carly. Lil G. Her daughter wasn't feeling well, so I'm so glad to hear that she's feeling better. Carly Lifton. But I meant to say you're not gonna get Cardi B over there. Nicki Minaj, none of that, right? So just things that matter to me that might hit the news. And so the topic I wanted to talk about today was women having babies when they in their 40s and 50s and 60s, like up in age, like not the traditional position where we find ourselves having kids. So for me, I'm not able to have kids. I don't even want any more kids. So let's just get that off the table right now. Oh, but let me open the blog. So let me finish open the blog. If you're returning, hey boo. So for me, that ship has sailed. I can no longer have kids. I've been in menopause now for 6 years. I started menopause when I was 50. So I've been in menopause all this time. So menopause, for anybody who don't know, menopause is when your menstruation cycle stops. That's when you're in menopause. Now you can have pre-menopause. Look, I went straight from having it to not having it. And guess what they gave me? Guess what they gave me in place of a cycle? Which makes me think I might just should have took the cycle. Girl, I got hot flashes and they are so bad. Girl, I was last night, not even last night, yesterday evening, I'm like, KK, turn the light off, turn the fan off in my room. So she turned the fan off. About 5 minutes later, I said, KK, did you turn that fan off? She said, yeah. She said, you told me to. I said, KK, don't you never turn that fan off. She was like, I'm just not gonna listen to you no more. And we just both bust out laughing because it's like that's how severe my hot flashes are. I'll be cool in the game. My body temperature will be just like anybody else's, whatever the weather is outside. If it's hot, I'm hot. If it's cool, I'm cool. But baby, when them flashes hit, ma'am, even in the heat, it's a different kind of hot. So anyway, it's this girl on YouTube. Her name is Peyton Marie Charles. She's pregnant. And by the looks of it, she's pregnant with twins. She posted somebody wearing muumuus and, bigger wear. And I'm like, but then when I really pay attention, I went back to like a couple old videos. And when I really paid attention, yeah, she was pregnant. She appeared to be pregnant. My thing is, I don't know what it is to be pregnant Like when I had my daughter, I was 16, so I was at the prime of my life, 16, to be 40, 50, up in age, 60, having kids, because I know, like, my aunt, long as you have a cycle, ma'am, you can have some babies. So, because I know my aunt is, how old is my aunt? 69? She still gets her cycle. And if she was doing the do, which I don't think she's doing the do, as a matter of fact, I know she ain't doing the do. Yeah, ma'am could have a baby, So I guess for me, hearing that about Peyton, like, I guess I wanted to do a video because I want to kind of get you guys feedback on if you've had a baby in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s. How was that experience for you? I know with my mom, I haven't done the calculation, but I know I was 16 having my daughter, and my mom had just had my sister, because my sister and my daughter are a year apart, like 11 months apart. So I can't ask my mom, or I would, just my mom being up there and having my sister, she seemed like my mom. It didn't seem like anything different, and the mood swings didn't seem any different than what they normally were, So I'm intrigued to get some feedback on either if you've experienced or somebody else that has experienced it. Because let's just say, having a baby is a joyful moment. I know babies come in this world all different kinds of ways. Some is unfortunate due to incest, the R word, essay, assault, and, things like that. So people may not look at having a baby as a joyous occasion if the baby is begotten up under those circumstances. I was watching this documentary a while ago. This girl, I can't think of her name, white girl, she was abducted, and this man across the street, he helped them get out when the kidnapper was gone to the store or whatever. And was her name Amanda? I can't think of it. If I think of it, or I, go back and look at it, I'll put it in her name. But she was pregnant. As a matter of fact, she wasn't even pregnant. The baby, I think, was 4 or 5, just off of what I think I could remember about the story. And this was a child that she loved. She didn't love the way the child was gotten, but the child was something that gave her hope that, they were going to get out of this. And thank God they did, because some women don't, So I just wanted to know, what was y'all take on it? I couldn't imagine being pregnant right now. I remember wanting to have a child. I was in my 30s, so I was still young and vibrant, and you know what I mean? And I remember wanting to have a child. It must have been about 33, somewhere in there, 34. That's when I was dating a young guy, and I wanted a baby by him, And I just didn't have a baby. I ended up not being able to get pregnant, or just didn't get pregnant. I did a test, and my fallopian tubes, on one side it was open, but it was closed on the top, and the other side it was closed on the bottom. So I just never even went to dive even deeper in that process. It was just like, okay, I can't have no baby. It is what it is, And at that time, my daughter must have been probably about 15, 16. So, it just wasn't meant. And now looking back, I'm glad I didn't, you know what I'm saying, to have another child. So my ship has sailed. God bless me with a beautiful daughter, 3 beautiful grandchildren, and I am satisfied with that.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be all at the graduation. They gonna be like, your grandma's here. They gonna be like, that's my mom.
But I don't know, because people tend to think that because you have money, it's okay that you have a bunch of kids. And I'm not saying that she's having a bunch of kids. She only has one child. So for you to have multiple kids in your, I mean, just even young having multiple kids. But I'm talking about, what I'm really trying to say is the whole starting over process. You know what I mean? Whether it's your first baby, so this is something new for you, is, you know, uncharted territories for you. Or if you had a child and your child is grown or doggone near grown, and I believe her daughter is 20. I believe her daughter is the same age as Terrence. And so to start back over, you know, so me personally, you know, even for having my daughter and then wanting to have another child, that time space, because I was in a whole different mindset. My body wasn't as where it is now, and I was up for the challenge, you know, to have a baby. But looking at it now, if I was able to have a child, I wouldn't want no child. That's just me, you know. And then looking at the father being in the picture versus the father not being in the picture. You know, sometimes you have women who are older and mature and know what it is they want out of life and know what they've been through and know what they're not willing to accept. So sometimes you make that voyage of raising children on your own without the father being present. So I don't know. This video, usually I give y'all stuff. But this video, I'm looking to receive because I want to know how it is, because, man, when I get to a point where I could sleep, I want to do that. I do. You know, it's like even with having my grandkids, you know, which is still like having kids at the age, okay, so my daughter is 23, 25, so 2, 4. I was 54 when I started raising my daughter's kids, which are my grandkids. 6, 12, and 20. It was a challenge for me. A huge challenge for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about 54, and it was a challenge. I'm 56 now. It's still a challenge. You know, it's like I'm counting the days down to give her kids. I am. I'm already thinking about catching a flight. I'm already thinking about going to stay over here for about a month, you know, going back to my hometown, Buffalo, and just visiting, just staying there for a month, just to, I don't have to make breakfast. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to soccer and, you know, teeth and braces and hair and do your socks match. I don't have to do all of that. All of those are beautiful experiences to share with my grandkids. But that's not an experience that I would have just out the blue said, okay, yeah, I'll take them. I'll raise them. That wasn't something I just thought of off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? So, but thankfully and prayerfully, everything has worked out. But, you know, I know that I'm going to be able to give her kids back. If you used to have a baby in your later years, that's your baby. That's your toddler. That's your adolescent. That's your smart mouth teenager. That's your adult child. So, I don't know. It just, looking at it, I'm like, wow. I actually literally had 3 kids at one time. 3 different ages at the age of 54. And although it was traumatic for me, I was able to still flourish in it, even with the ups and downs, because number one, they're my grandkids. It wasn't like I had, you know, took in foster kids or, you know, something like that, or a friend, or thank God nobody passed away and I end up raising their kids. It wasn't a situation like that. These are my grandkids who I've known them all their life, you know. So I don't know. Yeah, this is the video where I need y'all to pour into me. I want to know. Because I know for me, it was not a walk in the park. Baby, it was not. And I'm still on that journey. And like I said, I am counting the days down. Was that something on my lip? I've been talking all this time. Look, you just gonna kind of get what you get over here. So look, that's going to be the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And make sure you comment and give me your feedback. I want to know where you're at. I want to know if you've experienced this or if you know somebody who has. Until next time, I love you all. Bye.
He can never be what I am, but as long as he with me, that's what it's gonna be.